We finally got it during one of the worst numbered events in UFC history. The UFC finally gives us the White House card, the entire card, top to bottom. And let's just take a look at it. For our main events, let's just go here first. Our main event, we got Ilia taking on Justin Gaethje. Firefight. Firefight. We knew it was going to happen. Obviously, we didn't know that it was going to happen here. There was a lot of speculation that it wasn't going to happen here, but Gaethje's the interim champ. You've got to do him versus Ilia. Ilia is going to be a minus 500 favorite, you would assume. He's better than Gaethje at every aspect of fighting. But a great main event nonetheless. There's going to be nothing but violence in this fight. I can't wait to see it. And also, on this card, another championship bout. We got my points on. Alex Pereira vacated his light heavyweight championship, moved up to heavyweight, and is now fighting Cyril Gane for the interim, not undisputed, for the interim heavyweight belt. Insane fight. This will probably be the most high level. Yeah, probably be the most high level heavyweight fight we've ever seen, especially striking. This is a striker's delight. This is a match made in heaven. But let's take a look at the rest of the card. We got Ilia Gaethje. Alex Gane is the co-main because, I mean, they didn't strip Tom. Otherwise, this would be for undisputed, and you would assume this would be the main event. Sean O'Malley versus Aimee Zahabi. Weird selection here. I'll talk about that later. Mauricio Rufy versus Michael Chandler. Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dawkins. And Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia. Now, my thoughts on this. 9 out of 10 card. Now, we're going to go over that later, but there have been a lot of people that have been complaining about this. Like we were seriously going to get 10 title fights on here, or like 6 title fights. That's so fucking stupid. The worst fight on here is obviously Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins. I don't know why you would give Bo Nickel Kyle Dawkins of all people. You could have given him like Jared Cannonier or somebody in the rankings that would be better than Kyle Dawkins. But it should be a fun fight. You got to have Bo Nickel on here. He's the most Republican, like Trumpy guy in the UFC outside of Michael Chandler. Mauricio Rufy, Michael Chandler's a good fight. You have to have Michael Chandler on here. I feel like he's just the patriot American guy. But you had to find someone who would be a good dance partner for him, and Mauricio Rufy will land you a highlight KO, or Michael Chandler will highlight KO him. Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia is a fucking amazing fight. That should be fight of the year contender to start off the card. Like I said, Bo Nickel, Kyle Dawkins is weird as fuck. Rufy Chandler, I don't have a problem with Rufy Chandler. It could have been something better, I guess, but I don't have a problem with it. Sean O'Malley, Aimee Zahabi is just dumb as fuck. I get it, because you absolutely have to have Sean O'Malley, the American. You have to have an American winning on here. You have to have a hyped up American winning a fight on here. Aimee Zahabi is a layup for Sean O'Malley. Why? Because he's not a grappler and he's a fucking punching bag. He's literally just a tough merchant. He's a tough fighter merchant. He's going to walk forward against Sean O'Malley, who has no problem being on the back foot, will be switching stances, will be landing at will against Aimee Zahabi, and will basically not have to worry about anything because Zahabi has no power in his hands. He doesn't have the craziest cardio. He's literally a tough merchant. I think they booked this matchup because they know there's a high chance of Ilia just absolutely sleeping and butt-fucking Justin Gaethje in the main event, and they don't want to see just Americans lose on here, I guess. So you give him Aimee Zahabi. Sean O'Malley should be a minus 600 favorite. I'm not even a big gambler, but I'm just saying, like, these odds are kind of odd for this card. I mean, I don't get the Aimee Zahabi pick. Corey Sandhagen was right there. 2 white American fighters who are like 6 feet tall. 5'11", 6 feet tall. 2 white American fighters who are both popular. Sean O'Malley being one of the most popular smaller guy. I don't know how you don't book him against someone better than Aimee Zahabi. You could have had a better contender matchup on here. You could have had a Michael Morales fighting on here, maybe Usman, something like that. You would have thought they would have had Kobe on here, because why is Kobe even still fucking ranked if he's not fighting on this card? He hasn't fought in 2 years. Why is he not on this card? Kobe is literally, I'm Donald Trump, David Fighter. Why wouldn't you have him on this card? I don't know. But great card. Now, earlier in the week, which meant yesterday, we had, where is it at? I'm sorry. This clip came out. Shut the fuck up. I'm not done talking. This clip came out, and I don't know if I can play the full thing. Let me see.
Kid Rock last night. Bad idea. We drank.
I can't do that.
God. It says tell one name.
I can't play it because there's music. But you've heard the story. There was a fight that fell out on this main card, or on the White House card. Literally yesterday at the ceremonial weigh-ins, there's a video of Hunter Campbell going like fuck and showing Sean Shelby and Mick Maynard or whoever those guys are. He was showing them that there was a fight that fell out, and then Dana on Nina's stream says, we've been working on this nonstop. One of the fights literally just fell out when I walked in here. I think Hunter killed himself. We saw that live. There's a video of that. But apparently, to Ariel Helwani, it was not John Jones. John Jones was in talks to fight at the UFC White House, but couldn't reach an agreement per Ariel Helwani, the Worm. He says the fight that fell through was not John Jones. They did talk to John Jones. They couldn't come to terms with it wasn't with the money, basically. It wasn't the $30 million, but it was a big number. They couldn't get, they wanted Jones, Pereira, but couldn't get it. Now, thank God, because you can't give these pieces of shit scumbags everything in the world. There are already enough scumbags that get everything in the world, so we don't want to continue that trend. John Jones didn't deserve to fight Alex. He ducked Tom. He shouldn't get an interim title fight against the biggest star in the sport currently. And he didn't agree to fight after all that talking about, I just want to fight on the White House. I want to give the American people really something. I really want to show my patriotism, all that rah-rah bullshit he was talking about for months and months and months, trying to dick suck his way on the White House card. It didn't fucking work. Thank God. But I am not mad at this card. Oh, one last thing. Gable Stevenson apparently was supposed to be on this card. There was discussion for him. Thank God he's not, because he's shit. But I really like this card. Ilia Topuria and Alex Pereira are two of the three biggest active fighters on the roster. Ilia, in no order, it's Ilia, Islam, Alex, in no order. You'll throw Hamza in there, but those are undisputed. Like the 3 and 4 most popular fighters on the roster is Ilia, Hamza, Alex, and Islam. Two of the biggest fighters on the sport, two of the most fun fighters in the sport, fighting at your main and co-main event. Pereira Gan is a match made in heaven for striking. I am not obviously due to bias, because again, I will be as unbiased with you as possible. I think Alex Pereira beats everyone in the UFC outside of Tom Aspinall. But depending on how he looks against Gan, I could be swayed. I do think Pereira will KO Gan in the second round, maybe even the first. But I do think second round, because Gan likes to skirt on the outside and, dance around and shit. He likes to touch up in the first round and not get to the nitty gritty, really. But yeah, and then Ilia will obviously sleep Gaethje. But this is a really good card. But MMA Twitter, or just the world itself, does not seem to agree. Now, I'm going to go through my bookmarks. There's nothing crazy in my bookmarks. Relax. I bookmarked a couple of things because I'm just kind of shocked at the response. So you hear Ryan Garcia. I was expecting the White House UFC card to be better, not going to lie. They should have went all out. People who thought you were going to get like John Jones, Conor, Alex, Islam, all of these fighters on one card, you're a fucking moron. You don't know anything about the sport. If you truthfully thought you were going to get that, you don't know shit about the sport. Period. Yeah, a lot of people are agreeing with this. It was extremely underwhelming. You got this. Stop. Steve Garcia on the main card. Not sure what I was expecting for the whole card, but it wasn't it. pretty underwhelming. You know, a lot of people are complaining about it. You know, here, literally everywhere on the even Feared Buck, this fucking bot who doesn't tweet about the Bucks anymore. It's just you got these clowns saying shit like this. Like, these people don't deserve to vote, man. What is this card? These people are dumb. These people are so dumb. White House cards is pure shit. 5 out of 12 fighters on White House are Americans. Such a, like, lower level, upper tier pay-per-view card. This is stupid as fuck. If this was a fucking pay-per-view, are you kidding me? If this was a pay-per-view main event, this would clearly be the best card of all time. What are we talking about? People that were expecting Conor on this card are also just quite stupid to me. They're very dumb because Conor McGregor, as you can see, they don't like to put Conor McGregor on their biggest cards. They don't want to put Conor on UFC 200, on UFC, well, he was going to be on 200. They don't want to put him on 300. They were going to put him on 303. They don't want to put Conor on these cards. Why would you put Conor on the White House card? He's the biggest draw in the sport. He's going to draw millions and millions and millions of eyes to the sport, no matter what card he's on. Why would you put him on a card that's already going to attract a spectacle of people? It's going to be a spectacle. The entire world is going to be tuning into motherfuckers fighting at the White House. Why put Conor on there? Just stupid. John Jones is just a pussy, so of course he didn't get on this card. But this is a great card, man. Like I said, Diego Lopez, Steve Garcia is amazing fight of the year contender. This is bullshit, but Kyle Dawkins has looked good in his return. This is going to be a fun fight. This will be a one-sided beatdown. This will be an amazing fight, and this will be an amazing fight. So I don't know what more you could want. You know, Islam didn't want to fight Ilia. I don't know what else you could have wanted from the sport, but good job for the UFC. Hopefully it doesn't disappoint, just like the rest of the sport has been disappointing since UFC 300. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Tune into the next video. Fuck Charles Oliveira for his UFC 326 performance, and I'm out. Y'all have a great night.